Hey Tubies, back again. Wow, I know I haven't been on in a very long time, but things do get incredibly busy with me. But, needs to say, I wanted to do this video because I had the most interesting experience, and I wanted to share it with y'all. I don't know where to start. This video will probably be entitled Brujeria, just to give you a starting point. And what I'm talking about here is, my friends openly know and affirm that I am a witch, that I have the gifts of a witch. I do readings, I see things, I understand, and I help them to understand it. But one of them, my roommate's girlfriend, I believe, is, to put it understandably, she, ever since she was a little girl, ever since she was a little girl, she has gone to, a Bruja, which is a Spanish witch. And, I don't know much about Brujeria, quite honestly. What I do know, I probably have gotten from Crazy Boy, or from, somewhere. Anyway, but, as soon as I figured this out, I told her, I said, I must meet this lady, I want to meet her, you know, so I can understand her, the way she thinks. All I know right now at that point is that she charges out the ass to do this shit, which I think is incredibly unethical. But I said, well, maybe there's something I'm not understanding, right? So she finally takes us to meet her. She takes me and her boyfriend to see her. And, see, I don't even know where to start. This is so interesting. We go and, basically, to start off with, Brujeria has Catholic, combined in Catholic, formula. It works with the Christian system. That's basically all I know about it right now. And I know that they can do both good and evil. So I was kind of interested to see. Anyway, forgive me, I just had lunch, kind of burping it up. So we went, and, the only thing she knew about me was my name, because she, you know, my friend went ahead and said, oh, this is so-and-so and so. And, but I wanted to see exactly what she knew, you know, a tester, if you will. And I know if somebody came to me doing that, I really wouldn't appreciate it, but at the same time, from the stories I heard, she charges quite a bit, and it doesn't seem very fair, so I'm gonna have to kind of keep aware, you know? So, we go in and we meet her, and she is the most fun-loving woman you will ever meet. She acts like a 20-year-old, and she's 61. Been doing it for 40-plus years. Her cards are older than she is, and, she just sat down, she showed us her altar, which was very plain at the time. She didn't have anything going on, so it was probably going to be plain. I know she had Florida water, or La Florida water. She said she's also known as toilet water. And we put some of that on our hands, you know, around for cleansing. She also had a crystal ball. She said that what she had it for, and actually I want to like it right here, not mine, but kind of like this. Got the bubbles inside. It doesn't have the blue. It was like this, but it didn't have the blue, and it did have the bubbles inside. It was all round. It was a little bit smaller. She said each bubble inside is for somebody who's come to her with bad intentions, so she can keep an eye on them. She said, first of all, that all negative people that come in, because in Brujeria people can actually kill you. It is so powerful they can actually kill an individual. I've seen this in documentaries, and she even says. And people would come up to her laying down stacks of hundreds saying, I want you to kill my ex-wife. She is, get the hell out of here. So I'm feeling a little bit better about her right now, right? And she's talking about it. And she looks at me and she goes, first of all, why do I know you so well? I've seen you somewhere. Where do I know you from? I said, I don't know. I had the same feeling too. And she said, and I said, well, I'm a cashier at Walmart. So you've probably seen me in a small rinky-dink ass town. She's like, oh yeah, probably. If I go home, I was there like at 3 in the morning. I'm like, oh. Anyway, and she started talking about, I actually asked her, I said, how did you get started, and how did you first know this was the path you were going to take? And she started telling us about when she was a child. She was with her mother, and some lady asked her over for coffee, and she told her mother, she said, Mama, don't go. There's something wrong with that coffee, something in the coffee, don't go. She said, just stop it. She didn't want people to know that she just knew things. When she was a child, that just knew things. So she So when she went to go grab the coffee from her friend, the lady, of course, as a child, she came up, knocked the coffee out of her hand, and as it fell on the floor, there was just a bunch of worms in it. So she knew that from that point that she had the gift of the Bruja. And from that point, she kind of built up. And she goes, and I've had this gift since birth, and she just stops, looks at me, and she goes, and you have the gift too. And I was like, okay, I'm listening. And of course, that's the time that they spoke. I said, oh yeah, he's always reading for me, he's doing this, yeah, he does that, da, 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 da. She goes, oh yeah, but she goes, you know how to do it. When you read the cards, you have to shut everything, put everything back, close the doors you open. I'm like, well, I do mine differently, but essentially, yeah, I do. Anyway, so we had quite a bit in common, and it was a very interesting experience because I didn't know much about it. My roommate is looking for a job at the moment, so she said, take a Saint Jude Tadeo, who's good for lost causes, patron saint of lost causes. And he said, buy a candle and glue a coin to him, and he will help you to find money or more specifically a job. She was going to do that, and she started talking. She said, this is a very dangerous job. She's like, are you willing to take this chance? She's talking to me, of course. Is this the path you want to take? And I said, well, what do you mean? Of course, this is the path I want to take. She said, because it can be very dangerous. I'm like, oh, of course it can be very dangerous, I had known this for a long time. I've been studying since I was 12, and I'm almost 20 years old. But she started telling a story. She's like, well, I have to use a specific type of candles, and the only place I can get them is in Mexico. And these candles, she said, can be worth up to hundreds of dollars each candle, and they're made out of animal fat. And I said, which kind of triggered me in an unusual way. And so she said she went to Mexico to get them, and she got stopped by cartels, and they put a gun barrel right here to her, asking her what she's doing. She says, you know what, I'm here. She's a very bold person, very courageous person. She says, I am here. If you're gonna do it, do it. Shoot me. All I asked you to is just throw me across the border so my family can see me. She's like, are you willing to take that type of risk? And I'm like, I don't need specific candles with animal fat. I understood what she was saying, but it was very interesting. And the charging, I forgot, when she charges, the reason she does is because she has such a large clientele. I mean, it's basically underground, but not underground. It's all by word of mouth. But she has such a big clientele that it takes so much of her time. She cannot have a job. That's why she has so many people. So she has to charge. Has to do it. And she starts tabs with people. She's done it so much before. And it was a very interesting experience. That's all I have to say. And of course we clicked like that. And I haven't been back to see her since. That was a few days ago. That was Tuesday, I believe. Tuesday, yeah, 2 days ago. So yeah, I wanted to share that experience with y'all because it was very interesting. See what y'all think and what y'all had to say. But yeah. Comments, video responses. Sorry, my allergies are up, so I'm itching my nose. Anyway, leave comments, video responses, and I hope everyone has a safe, magical week. Bye, everyone.